What's up YouTube, Honeybee here bringing you a new Mortal Kombat 11 video, and in this video we are going to be discussing the ELEAGUE Mortal Kombat 11 Showdown. There's been a little bit of news floating around here and there about what it's about, but I'm going to break down exactly everything you need to know because this is actually happening tomorrow and it's a pretty big sizable event, and I think you guys should definitely be informed on what it is, when it is, who's in it, and exactly how this thing is going to work. So with that said, let's hop into this video. Alright guys, so we are currently on the ELEAGUE website. As you can see here, there's a bunch of stuff going on, but we're going to be looking at Mortal Kombat 11, and here you can see it. The ELEAGUE Mortal Kombat 11 Showdown is happening March 31st, 2019. It will begin at 2 p.m. Eastern Time and will end at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. So it's a 4-hour long event. I'll just quickly go over what they have here, talking about is ELEAGUE partner with Warner Bros. To bring us Mortal Kombat 11 exhibition. ELEAGUE Mortal Kombat 11 Showdown will kick off with an action-packed stream featuring 11 of the community's most popular influencers as they explore the game on its beta release weekend. Players will try to rack up points by winning games against random online opponents, and bonus points if they win matches using all the beta's 5 playable characters. So it says here, check back here and follow ELEAGUE on Twitter as the participants reveal themselves in the days leading up to the showdown on March 31st. So currently, they haven't actually updated anything on the website, although there definitely have been players that have revealed themselves on Twitter and stuff, or maybe on their streams. So a lot of these players you might already know about, but I'm just going to go over everyone and let you guys know who's everyone is in this event. I will also say, it says down here that Ultra David and Mr. Aquaman will anchor ELEAGUE's coverage of the showdown from a specially designed set at ELEAGUE headquarters in Atlanta. Throughout the stream, they will alternate between various live games as they happen across each of the 11 influencers' own streams, showing you the top combos and the games as they unfold live. So Ultra David and Mr. Aquaman will be commentating everyone's stuff. So essentially everyone involved with it in this is going to be streaming themselves live, so you can join each of these 11 competitors as they do this competition and whatever, and try to rack up wins and get points. But the official ELEAGUE stream will also be covering this as well, and we'll have the commentary from Ultra David and Mr. Aquaman as they switch around between the players. So as far as what it is, that is what it is. It's like a competition during the beta. It's not a tournament because it's not that format that a tournament has where the competitors have to take out each other. I would just label it more so a competition, or like an event, or I guess you could also say like a showdown, as it says here. It's more of a competition of just who can rack up the most wins in this 4-hour period of time. I'll go a little bit further into details later on in the video. Alright, so let's get into the people that are part of the ELEAGUE Showdown. And before I get too far into detail, remember what I said up here, where it's talking about the community's most popular influencers as they explore the game on its beta release weekend. So this event will include a lot of people for different reasons of why ELEAGUE feels they are good influencers for this game. It's not necessarily going to show all the top players that you see at like EVO or IPS finals or something like that, not necessarily. So with that said though, first person I'm going to announce is myself. I'm actually going to be a part of this. I was contacted by ELEAGUE to be a part of this, and I'm very, very happy to actually take part and play in this competition. I've been using all the characters available in the beta throughout the stress test and now the beta, since it's been live, I guess, for everyone to use. So I've been practicing quite a bit, and I'm very, very excited to be part of this. I really want to thank ELEAGUE for actually extending the invitation to me, because this is something that I've been looking forward to for a while, because it sounds like a lot of fun. It's a different type of experience. It's not exactly a normal tournament. It's just like this competition where you just got to rack up wins and stuff. So I'm pretty excited to be part of it, and thank you very much to ELEAGUE for inviting me. The next person on the list I'm going to outline is Big D. Big D is also going to be part of this. Many of you have probably seen him here and there at tournaments. He actually did get top 8 at EVO 2018 for Injustice 2, where he got 4th place. So he had a really, really good showing during that tournament, and he's also been he's been in the scene for a long time. He's been there since MK9. I believe he got a couple top 8s during that time as well, but I wasn't really involved in the scene back then. But he's also been a very strong Ermac player in Mortal Kombat, and it's very cool to see him on the list as well. Next person I'm going to outline is Lumia. Lumia is also going to be part of this. For those of you that don't know, she is going to be the sole female representative for this ELEAGUE Showdown. She's been streaming for quite some time now. She has a Babality Mortal Kombat X every Tuesday. Her and other females in the community actually get together and show off some Mortal Kombat and what the females are capable of in the Mortal Kombat universe. So it's pretty cool that she's a part of this as well. It's nice to have some female representation. Next up, Unruly. Unruly is also going to be part of this. For those of you that don't know, he is actually the hype man from Yo Video Games. He's with Maximilian in a lot of his videos, and if you guys don't know who Maximilian is, then I'm very, very surprised, because he's like only the biggest fighting game YouTuber, channel, Twitch streamer, like, period. And yeah, Unruly's a super cool dude, and he's going to be in this as well. I'll have the Twitches of everyone in it, by the way, in like the description of this video, so you can always check them all out in there. Next person I'm going to outline is True Talent. True Talent is actually going to be competing in this, and that's quite a hype thing, I think, for me personally, to see him compete in something like this, because for those of you that don't know, True Talent has actually been in the NRS scene in sorts for quite some time. He used to upload Injustice 1 videos way back in the day, and he was actually one of the first Flash players that I saw, like with a YouTube channel and stuff, like back then, because back then not a lot of people had like content, you know. So he definitely showed a lot of Flash stuff back in the day for Injustice 1. I'm not too familiar with what he did in Mortal Kombat X. I feel like he played it a bit, but I don't think he ever went to like tournaments for it, but he did play the games, and he got very, very big in streaming during, I don't know if this is the game that blew him up, but he plays Dead by Daylight, and he's like very, very, very big. Dead by Daylight, he has thousands of people watching him on a consistent basis, and it's definitely a cool thing to see True Talent in the mix for this ELEAGUE Showdown, because he's definitely going to bring a lot of eyes on the game, and it's going to be cool to just watch him compete. So True Talent is also going to be one of the 11 players. Another player, the next player that we're going to talk about is Dragon. Dragon is also going to be competing in the ELEAGUE Showdown. He was actually the ELEAGUE Injustice 2 champion, as well as the EVO champion. So, you know, I'm not surprised at all to see Dragon in the mix of things, and he's going to be competing in this using obviously his Jade and Scarlet that he's been using a lot, but we'll also see if he picks up the other 3 characters in the beta, Scorpion, Baraka, and Cabal, to see if he can use all those characters, maximize his points. I'm going to talk to you guys more about points later on in this video. Another person competing in this is Killer Shinnok. Killer Shinnok will also be in the ELEAGUE Showdown, and for those of you that don't know, Killer Shinnok is actually the best Mortal Kombat X player in Latin America. He actually won Combo Breaker, I think it was last year, 2018, for Mortal Kombat X. Yeah, he won Combo Breaker, Mortal Kombat X, or Mortal Kombat X at Combo Breaker last year. He came all the way from Brazil. I believe that's where he comes from, and he kind of took it by storm. So he's a very, very strong Mortal Kombat player, and he's definitely the best representation for Latin America, so it's cool to have Killer Shinnok in the mix as well. Another person in this is Scar. Scar is, I think most of you guys that should know who Scar is. He's been around for quite some time. He was actually competing since MK9. He had a really good Scarlet back then. I'm not super familiar with everything because I didn't really play MK9, but he played Flash in Injustice 1, MKX. I think his results speak for themselves. He did amazing, like consistent top 3 player in like the second year of the game. First year of the game, not so much, but second year, like you could not stop this man. He was just killing people with Sonya and Smoke, and he was on a tear. He's one of the best Mortal Kombat X players, period, in my opinion. And he also had a very solid run during Injustice 2. He recently at the IPS finals, he got top 3. I think he got 3rd, I think, at IPS finals, which was really impressive. So it's cool to see Scar in this as well. We also have MYM Al Capone. Now, this one took me a little bit by surprise because I'm not really too familiar with who he is, but I believe he's a streamer from Latin America that has a very large Twitch following. I did see during the Mortal Kombat 11 beta that he has been streaming it, and he's been pulling like thousands and thousands of viewers on a consistent basis. So he's going to definitely bring a lot of eyes to the game, and he's going to be competing in this as well. Unfortunately, there's not too much I can say about him because I'm not too familiar with him, but MYM Al Capone is also in this. All I know is that he is a big streamer, and I believe he's from Latin America. The next person I'm going to cover is Rio, and this is the 10th person I'm talking about. So Rio is also going to be in this. He's been streaming forever. He's been competing forever. This guy's always around. He always has a bunch of eyes on him, and it's definitely cool to see him. He's been playing all the characters in the beta, and he's super good with all of them. So he'll probably do really well in this competition, and it'll be interesting to see it. And this leaves me with the last spot. Now, the next person on the list is Ketchup and Mustard. Ketchup and Mustard will actually be in the ELEAGUE Showdown. I know a lot of people are really excited for them, and what's really interesting about their actual situation is that they're going to be playing as a pair. They will both be playing during this event. It's not just Ketchup or just Mustard. They're actually both playing together. So very cool to see them play as a duo and to see how they do. If you guys don't know, they've been putting out content, expert quality content on their YouTube channel for quite some time now. They've been commentating stuff for quite some time now, and they're some of the best commentators in the NRS scene, period. And they're also very strong competitors. So Ketchup and Mustard will also be competing in the showdown. I'm sure a lot of you guys are probably wondering right now, what about Sonic Fox? Why is Sonic Fox not in the ELEAGUE Showdown? Well, I'm just going to say that he was offered an invitation, but he declined it, and that's really all there is to say about that. So now that we know all the people involved in the ELEAGUE Showdown, I just want to quickly go over the rules and how this is going to work exactly. And it kind of says it up here of how it's going to be, but I really want to break it down so it's clearly understandable for you guys that haven't actually seen the rules. So the first thing to note is this is all going to be against random online opponents, as it says up here. So that means none of us are going to be inviting each other. We could technically run into each other at some point and have to play each other, but that is not necessarily going to have to happen. It's just going to be us finding a match, playing that match, and then if you win, you move on. If you lose, you move on. So you can only play one match with whatever opponent, and then you got to start searching for a new one, and you got to try to rack up your wins as much as possible. Every time you get a win, you get a point. If you win with all 5 characters in the beta, you'll get a bonus 5 points. So for example, if I were to win with Scarlet one time, Jade one time, Cabal one time, Scorpion one time, Baraka one time, I would get 5 points for winning one time with all 5 characters. But since I used the whole roster, I'd get an additional 5 points, meaning I'd have 10 points now if I did that. If I won with all the characters in the roster twice, I would get the base 10 points for all my 10 wins, plus an additional 10 points for completing the circuit. So that's how the point system is going to work. The other thing I wanted to discuss is just the prizing and the money, because I'm sure some of you guys must be interested in what do we get if we win. This competition has $10,000 in it. That's going to be split up amongst the 11 players. First place gets $2,500. That's a pretty nice chunk of change. Second place, $1,500. Third and fourth place get $1,000. Fifth and sixth place gets $750. And if you get in 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, or 11th place, you'll walk home with $500. So that's the way this tournament, or competition, I should say, is going to go down. That's all the people involved, and I believe that's everything you need to know when it comes to the ELEAGUE Mortal Kombat 11 Showdown. Remember, it does start tomorrow. That's March 31st, Sunday, March 31st at 2 p.m. Eastern Time until 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure you guys tune in to twitch.tv/honeybeecommandeur. That's where I'm going to be streaming myself, and it's gonna be a great time. So thank you guys so much for checking out this video. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.